Welcome back to Crypto Indicator once again, guys. Now we're going to be flipping some perspectives and we are going to be taking a look at this right here, which is going to tell us a lot of things, right? So, this is Total 2. This is crypto market capitalization without Bitcoin itself. And just check this weekly RSI, guys. I think, I don't even have much to talk about this one right here, as most of the market-wide consolidations, they happen below the 60 days on RSI, right? For this particular instance right here, you did get accumulated right here with the price action happening out of these levels above the 55 simple, out of which we can have a little comparative analysis. Something like this could be possible right here, but until the weekly RSI is situated below the 60 days, most of the exponential runs on altcoin will come into some kind of consolidation for some time, right? But guys, I do feel that on the Total 2, this is your clear-cut indication. This could be big. This could be big right here. And once we actually start trending over the 60 on weekly RSI, most of the altcoins will start having their runs back again to the upside, right? Until then, most likely we're going to be consolidating on this level for some amount of time, and most likely we go sideways. So, for this particular moment right here, right now, what should we do? We should potentially cut our greed and potentially cut our upside expectations from this exact point, right? At least until we resolve this one to the upside, guys. Although we do have a safety net beneath us now. That safety net is called the 21 simple weekly moving average. Next 12 hours, yes, most likely this candle is going to be closing above this moving average, and that could be putting this entire trend back into motion, guys, back to motion. And most likely we do get picked up from these levels and drive some, I guess, 2 trillion worth of 2 trillion worth of liquidity down the line on altcoin assets, right? I'm completely slipping my words right here for this video. So guys, I think that's it about the altcoin market as a whole, right? As a whole, this is what is happening right here, and well, most likely we do start trending above back again since right after this weekly candle closure itself. All right, so with that said, let's take a look at Bitcoin, guys. Yesterday was no analysis on Bitcoin, as this piece of price action, I mean, in the small time frames, is completely irrelevant. I mean, all right, it was irrelevant until we quite literally broke above this entire zone to the upside, guys. $42,000 taken out, 12-hour candle closure and trends being formulated above $42,500 levels, right? Essentially, all of your bull trap scenarios are cancelled out, right? And most likely we keep on trending to the upside, and this is where your moving average moving average trades are going to come into play. So essentially, as a trader, you do not want to pinpoint the tops and bottoms. What you can potentially do as a trader is that ride the trade until all of these moving averages are postured to the upside. And guys, the ultimate target is going to be at 618, sitting in at $48,000 flat. Although yes, we can extend our zone all the way towards $50,000 levels as well, because it's a round figure. It's a flat 50,000 level. It's a rounded figure, right? So I do expect most of the profit takings happening out of these levels. But guys, look, Bitcoin will start turning a lot of heads around once we start taking $58,000 to the upside, right? And if that happens, maybe the train is back into the track, and maybe we're going to be going all the way towards $120,000 in the coming days and the months as well. Most likely by September, October this year itself. But that is going to happen once we take 58,000 to the upside, because that would invalidate the downside bias. That would invalidate the macro bearish picture, right? And essentially, this is what we have to be prepared for, so that if this happens, if Bitcoin starts trending above $58,000 on, let's just say, on a daily basis, something like that, we are prepared for Bitcoin moving towards $120,000 levels, and maybe most of the crypto markets will be evaluated onto crazy numbers once again, guys, and most likely that could happen down the line, right? Since this piece of price action is quite amusing to me, to be honest with you, and we are actually clearing this one to the upside, yes, our chances are towards the fact that we could be testing $50,000 in the coming days. And guess what, guys? The weekly candle is looking completely fine. The weekly time frame has started looking completely fine, getting reaccumulated alongside the 55 simple moving average getting picked up right here. Oh, how can I miss this? Holy shit. Okay, so let's take a look at BTC USD. It's not, let's see if all right, we're right there at the 21 simple moving average at this conjunction right here, where we do have this cross to the downside on a weekend. Okay, I mean, as a first and the foremost pass, yes, I'm going to be considering this technical level as a zone of potential rejection for the weekly time frame itself, guys, because look, in the next 12 hours. In the next 12 hours, what you have to do is you have to close essentially above $45,000 levels flat, to be completely precise, for this weekly candle closing above the 21 simple moving average. Right now, guys, remember, this is your trend bearer, this is your major trend bearer. The 21 weekly moving average is something which guides the trend to the upside every single time, right? Every single time. And let's talk about this moving average on BLX index, where we BLTX some BLX right here for you guys. Okay, so the weekly time frame, yes guys, you can see right here all the major, massive, mega, gigantic moves to the upside. Your bull trends to the upside are being supported by the 21 simple moving average, right, every single time, and your bear trends to the downside are supported, are rejected with this moving average to the upside, right? All right, now here's one thing, guys. You saw a lot of anomalies happening above the 21 exponential, which is why open and a closure is something which is important, guys. Now combine that data with the $58,000 zones as rejection, right? You want to see a weekly candle closure above the 21 exponential or the simple as well. That is your first condition. Your second condition is the next weekly candle also trending above the 21 simple moving average, and most likely taking this one out, and then we can talk about the macro change in behavior, and most likely a trend continuation all the way towards $120,000 Bitcoin, guys. That is your next target. That is where Bitcoin goes next. If we take down $58,000 to the upside, guys, this is as clear as you can get, right? And once Bitcoin starts trending, everybody knows what happens. But I'm going to be putting my, guess what, guys, I'm going to be putting my faith on bears. I'm going to be putting my faith on bears because, guys, look, we can extend our run all the way towards $50,000 flat onto 618 retracement right here. But having that weekly candle open and a closure, essentially not being able to establish a weekly trend above the 21 simple moving average could cause for concern, and then that would cause for another continuation move to the downside, guys. Remember, you got to constantly take profits, and when your targets are hit and your system is like, oh guys, all right bro, you're done right here, take the profit and just leave the market. When your system is telling you to do that, just do that. All right, just do that, because you don't want hanging by the sidelines with that unrealized profit, guys. Remember, any profit is not worth anything until it is realized, right? Which is why, guys, look, stop predicting the market. Take the convicted trades. Be convicted about some trade. Just go for it. And when it's done, get out of it. Trading is that simple. Believe it or not. Alright, so guys, the conclusion right here is the fact that 618 is going to be your major retest right here, and if we are unable to put in a trend, a weekly trend above the 21 simple itself, then we come back down again, guys. Then we come back down again. Something like this could happen back again, and we test the 55, and then we keep on tumbling down until the 200 simple, which is currently at $15,000 Bitcoin. Alright, guys, there's one more thing which I want to talk about Bitcoin right here. Let's just, alright, we are on BLX. We can just simply take away all of these indicators for that time, and we can put on the super guppy. Let's see what's happening right there, because I do believe that the 618 target is hit. Alright, so let's have a little recap as to what I was telling. So guys, what essentially happens when you go for that bearish leg to the downside, the first bearish leg to the downside, the first bounce that comes from the bottom side of the guppy is going to be taking the price action towards the 382 extension, right? Something like this happened right here when your first bear market started. So essentially that kind of replicated, same thing happened once again when we did a bounce from these levels. We went all the way towards 382 extension right here, and well, guess what, guys, I think it was somewhere here as well. You go to the downside and then you go for that bounce. Is it the 618? Is it 382? Yes, it's the 382 back again, right? So every single time this is happening, you're seeing this pattern repeating again and again, and let's see where we are at right now. Are we obliterating that to the upside? Are we taking this one to the upside? Essentially not. Essentially we could be closing this weekly candle above this one, guys. Again, I mean, look, Bitcoin is at a critical level, guys, in these 5% ranges. Well, to be honest with you, I'm not going to be making my investment decisions until Bitcoin is going to be closing above $58,000 level. So yes, I'm going to be leveraging this 30% range as a sideline behavior. I'm going to be sitting in the sidelines until this level is being taken to the upside, right? So 382 extension, we are right there until you're setting a trend above this one. Essentially, until you're setting a trend above the upper side guppy and just continuing to the upside, most likely we do revert from these exact price points, to be honest with you guys. I mean, judging by the trend right here, yes, that is what I would be betting on, right? And well, my emotions and all of my personal biases are telling me that Bitcoin is simply going to rip to the upside from these levels, as we did get reaccumulated from this level like a beauty, guys. This one got reaccumulated right here. I mean, this is good piece of price action coming from the bottom side of the guppy itself, and this weekly candle is going to tell a lot of things, guys. Although we don't have much conviction in terms of the relative strength of the market itself, remember your exponential trends to the upside are in context to what has happened before, right? The price action telling you that yes, you are above 60 on the RSI, you are clearing this zone, this entire sell zone to the upside, and everything is fine. So yes, you run to the upside. So right here, your weekly RSI is still below 60 reads, and essentially until most of the RSI reads are below 60, guys, remember that's on the total, that's on the total too, that's on Bitcoin as well. Most of the weekly RSI reads are below 60, and your exponential trends are non-existent below 60 reads on the weekly RSI, guys. Remember that, right? So until that is happening, until we are establishing a lot of things on these levels, most likely, yes, we do get a sell-off back again and we come back down, guys. I mean, yeah, this is what has been happening again and again. I don't have any reason to think otherwise, for that matter, right? So that are, I think these facts and figures are my 2 cents on the Bitcoin's price action, and maybe this piece of price action in the coming week could surprise all of us if we start taking $50,000 to the upside on a weekly candle closing basis. Yes, that could mean a lot of things, and that could potentially mean that another weekly trend is being set above the 60 reads, and then we can talk about 120,000 Bitcoin. But my safety net, my exposure, my market exposure safety net is going to be alongside this 30% range, right? All right, guys, hit that like. Come on, guys, hit that like. I'm sitting here as a trader sharing my edge for free in terms of the bigger picture right here for you guys. So all you can do is hit that like and share as much as you can, guys. Oh, holy cap. I mean, look, guys, the trend is so shit that it's been quite difficult to get that momentum going on for this entire community itself. So yep, with your help, maybe we can do something down the line. All right, guys, with that said, I think we can conclude about Bitcoin right here. And holy shit, whenever I start talking about Bitcoin, I don't even know how things keep on rolling this fast, guys. It's been 11 minutes already. Okay, so what do we have next? We have Bitcoin dominance right here. Yeah. Okay, we wigged all the way down to this level, but we never closed the candle below this one. I mean, this is crazy, guys. Doing any form of TA on BTC dominance is kind of stupid, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just stupid, guys. So let's take a look at the 3-day trends, just for that matter, right? You're above the 21 simple on the 3-day time frame itself, and until you're doing that, the dominance is completely fine. Bitcoin will guide most of the trends in the market, and most likely we do see this kind of spring behavior coming from this exact level right here, guys. Remember, just to give you a little revision of what I was speaking about, right? This is where you long Ethereum. All of these regions on Bitcoin dominance is where you long Ethereum against BTC, right? And this entire region is where you sell your Ethereum back into Bitcoin, guys. This is essentially what has been happening for 4 years. So decide for yourself, who's better? Are you are you better, or this trend or this market's direction is better? Just have yourself. And if you have to think objectively, these are the times to sell Ethereum and get back into Bitcoin. Essentially, these are the times to sell altcoins and get back into Ethereum as a bigger picture, guys, as an investment perspective. I'm not talking about how you should every single day participate in the in the market looking at these long-term trends. Essentially, what this means is that maybe Bitcoin starts picking up strength and momentum from these price points. Even if it goes to the downside, the dominance starts picking up trend as a whole, right? From these exact price points, guys, from these exact dominance reads. All right, so I think that's it about Bitcoin dominance as well. Let's take a look at what Ethereum is doing, for that matter. Let's take a look at Ethereum real quick, guys. ETH USD on the weekly. This is looking nice. This is looking fine, to be honest with you. I mean, just obliterating this bearish engulfing candle to the upside back again, getting reaccumulated with the 21 simple itself, leaving the range back again. Everything is fine on Ethereum, guys. To be honest with you, the trend is completely fine on Ethereum. I don't have much to talk about Ethereum as well right here. Okay. Let's jump into the small time frame analysis, for that matter. Let's see what's happening, because the weekly is most likely going to be closing above $3,000, and that means, yes, guys, we're going to be testing this rejection high at $3,500 Ethereum, right? And remember from the previous video, I was talking about how Ethereum likes to retrace all the way towards the deep points, guys. The deep levels at $3,900 Ethereum flat. So essentially, with this kind of weekly candle closure, we can potentially target Ethereum going for I don't know, most likely retest about a $39,000 to $4,000 back again for this coming week. Now that would be really exciting, right? And with Bitcoin pulling to $50,000 levels, yes, it's very much likely that Ethereum tries to retest the $4,000 zones in the coming days and the months as well. all right, not the month, but yeah, in the coming days, for this week, for the coming week itself, we can probably test $4,000, right? Until then, until you are being supported by $2,900, it's fine, guys. Ethereum is completely fine. The exact same analysis from yesterday is just following up. I guess the market is following up to the analysis. All right, so the momentum oscillators above 60 on the 12-hour time frame, yes, you would continue your trend to the upside until you are postured like this on the RSI, right? You simply go to the upside. But what you have to make sure is that you have to be okay with this 10% volatile range, guys. You have to be okay with 10% volatility, because the strength and the structure will look completely fine. Even if Ethereum is being volatile by 10%, your structure is going to be completely fine, and yes, you will be targeting your way all the way towards $100, right? Okay, guys, with that said, I'm going to be winding this video right here, right now, and I will catch all of you tomorrow. Bye for now.